Hey, I'd like to welcome you to another episode of Mission Matters. My name is Adam Torres, and if you'd like to apply to be a guest on the show, just head on over to missionmatters.com and click on Be Our Guest to apply. All right, so today I have Alan Bagh on the line, and he is a CEO, producer, a writer, and actor over at Bagh Films. And this particular interview is part of our AFM series, where we bring you the best of those that attended American Film Market in Los Angeles, California, or Century City, California. Alan, welcome to the show.
Hey, Adam, appreciate it. Thank you for having me on the show. I'm really excited to be on here.
Awesome. Excited to get into your work, talk about any films that you're working on, and get into that piece of it. Of course, also want to get into your background and really just how you got started in the business. But before we get into all that, AFM, how'd you do? How'd you like it? I understand this was your first time attending. What'd you think?
Yeah, I had a great experience. It was my first time. I didn't know what to expect. But yeah, I got to meet directors, writers, producers, sales agents, distributors. And yeah, I got to learn how the process works. I got to meet people from all over the world. So yeah, it was definitely an amazing experience. A lot of networking. Yeah, it was amazing.
I always think one of the interesting things about it is that you sometimes you go to some events and it's all the creative. Sometimes you go and it's more just business. For this, it's kind of like everybody's there, right?
Correct. Yeah. There's a business side, and then there's creative side, and so I get to meet like a lot of creatives. They were there for the same reason I was, which was to pitch your feature films to distributors, sales agents, and so it was kind of cool just to see the whole thing all around.
Yeah. Are you from LA, or where'd you come in from?
I actually live in Orange County. So
awesome. Perfect.
Pretty close that way.
Pretty local. Awesome. So let's switch it up a bit here, Alan. Let's get into you. So tell me a little bit more about your background. Like, how did you get started in this business?
How did I get started? Well, I started off in acting. I did my first feature film in 2008, and from there I just kept doing more acting jobs, and then I decided to be more proactive and open up a film company called Bagh Films. And there I wrote a couple features, and then basically that's when I'm pitching 3 feature films and 2 pilots.
Did you always know that you wanted to be an actor, like in the beginning? Like, or did you always know? Was that just a piece of you, or like how'd you figure that piece out?
I loved watching films when I was younger, TV shows, and I just kind of gravitated toward it. I actually was supposed to be, I was going for architect, but I don't know, something turned me off.
Actor, I mean, the alliteration, you gotta love it, right? Go, man. Go ahead.
So I decided to not do that, and I moved over to acting, and so like I said, I booked my first feature film, and I just started from there.
Man, that's awesome. And so now let's get back into the films that you're currently working on that you have slated lately. Like, where are you at with those?
Right now they're in pre-production. A lot of them have directors attached, some cast. I have crew. But the thing is, the reason I went to the American Film Market was to pitch them to distributors or sales agents. I was really looking for either first money or minimum guarantees from distributors, or just plain out just selling the script if they like the idea. So that's what I did there at the American Film Market.
That's awesome. So looking at, as you get these projects done, or I should say as you get to the next steps in getting these projects done, and I asked this, by the way, because there's a lot of creatives, a lot of filmmakers, a lot of individuals that listen to this show. Like, what some of the challenges for you? Like, what keeps you kind of moving forward, and like, how do you take that as you want to get a film done?
Man, that's a great question. Even in acting as well, there are a lot of ups and downs, right? And some days I don't want to do it, but some days, I don't know, the next day it's a new day, and that spark just hits me and it lights me back up and I get back into it. I don't know. Honestly, it's just something that I feel passionate about, and I really want to do it. And like I said, there are just hard days where it's just challenging, and you just got to overcome them. And I guess what I do is basically do mantras, or I go for a run. And basically that energizes me back up, or, I tell myself, always keep moving forward, never giving up. So some of these things just, I guess, help me with the spark to get back into it.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I like your response a lot, because it's like many things, like whether you're an entrepreneur out there, in your case, because you do have a film company, you are an entrepreneur, but whether you're an entrepreneur, you have another product, another widget, I feel like making movies and making that profitable and making a living there is not always the easiest thing, but highly rewarding when you finish a project, or when you get to the finish line of something, I think, and people are watching it and you get to see it and make a difference. Like, what's your mission in that? Like, what's your mission in that whole process, or your place in the world of entertainment?
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that statement you said. But yeah, my mission for Bagh Films, or just as an actor, is really just to make entertaining movies. Get people get inspired, to educate them, to teach them something, to really move them, whether it's making them laugh, cry, get angry, or just have some kind of relation to the character in their real life.
Yeah.
And so that's really my mission, is to really entertain people.
Yeah. So we're heading into, we'll blink and it'll be 2026. We're recording this at the end of November. What's next for you? Talk to me about 2026 and what's next.
So I'm hoping to get funding for one of those films. So that's what I'm really hoping for in 2026. And if I get to do that, then, I'll shoot the film, and that's really my hope for next year.
Yeah, it's great. We'll love bringing individuals on here to share their stories, their projects, and really what inspires them, like what keeps them going. And glad that you had a good one at AFM. I think I've heard from some of the individuals that have been going for many, many years, and they said that this was the best one they remember. Like, I've interviewed a lot of people that went to it. Like, some of these people have been going for a long time, and they're like, no, this was the best one. So I think we got lucky this year, Alan. It was good.
Yeah, I agree. I actually met a few people too as well, and they said this was the best year as well. A lot of energy, a lot of things going on, a lot of people excited, hungry, I guess. They want to work. So, yeah, it
kind of felt to me like Hollywood was back. When I was in there, I'm like, because I didn't know how it was going to be, just all the things. There's challenges, we know that, right? But that being said, when I got there, I was like, wait a minute. It's almost kind of like, how you watch on the news and they say economy's bad, this, but then you go to like a mall, you go to a certain mall and it's packed and you can't even, you're waiting in line. You're like, man, economy's terrible, but this mall is packed. So I kind of felt like that at AFM. I was like, all right, I know Hollywood's hurting, and I know that's a real thing. I'm not laughing at that. But when I was in there, I had that feeling of, but the mall is packed.
Yeah, it was. It definitely was. I think really pushing it is that I think like the big budget films in Hollywood are having kind of struggling, but I feel like there was more independent filmmakers there, and they were coming with their films, and that's kind of like a big thing right now is independent films. So
yeah, I see that. I see that. And I think it's interesting because people are finding new ways also to create, and whether they're implementing other technologies or otherwise, and just trying to make things more profitable and up production quality. I feel like that's always for the indie director, that's always the challenge, right? Like getting that done. There's a balance and you can do what you can do.
Exactly. I agree with that.
Alan, man, this has been fun having you on. So how do people, I know you mentioned you have some films up. How do people connect? How do they follow you on social? How do they see any of your previous work? How do people connect?
They can go to my Instagram and follow me. That's just my name, ALAN, B as in boy, AGH. I'm also on X. They can go to my website. I have my own website, alanbach.com, or you can go to my film company, bachfilms.com, and just look at my slates there as well. But yeah, those are pretty much the spots. Or if you want to see what projects I'm working on, because I still do my acting on the side as well, you can go to my IMDb page as well.
Awesome. For everybody listening, just so you know, we'll definitely put some links in the show notes so you can just click on the links and head right on over and check out Alan's work. And speaking of the audience, if this is your first time with Mission Matters and you haven't done it yet, hit that subscribe or follow button. This is a daily show. Each and every day we're bringing you new content, new ideas, and hopefully new inspiration to help you along the way in your journey as well. So again, hit that subscribe or follow button. And Alan, man, thanks again for coming on.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I had a great time. So thank you again for having me on your show.